seen sports from around the globe since 1999. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here.
Jake Collins, golden boy and favorite son of football, is the subject for today. Earlier in his college years was a normal teenager, going to parties, making some mistakes along the way, being social with everyone. However, it's gotten worse as he's aged.
The fame of being one of the best players in D1 football, some say, has gotten to his head. He began getting cocky and showing off to the point where during games he would trash players on the other teams as well as getting into fights on the field.
Even with all this happening, he still was nominated for multiple awards, including the Heisman Trophy. With that in mind, he never really got reprimanded for any of his actions. These actions, neglected from higher-ups, caused his actions to seem normal for him.
The NFL has followed Jake Collins throughout college years, and he has been watched by many teams.
He was drafted to the NFL after his senior year of college. However, they may punish him after his attitude and social media appearance.
In the beginning years of college, he would get into trouble fighting and got arrested multiple times. Not to mention, he regularly comes late to practice and meetings, misses physicals and doctor's appointments that he needs to pass in order to play.
Not to mention, he was also suspended for the beginning of one season in college for posting a reprehensible picture online. Also, his social media is filled with pictures of him drinking and partying with mass amounts of people during the season, sometimes even nights before the games. This is not looking good for this young man.
Recently, he has gone into rehab, and for months was nowhere to be found on any social media, which is very unlike him, as he was always one for pictures and being in the spotlight. Earlier last year, he went into rehabilitation center, and close friends and family say he has come out a new man.
Even though he's gone through the steps to better himself, teams are still apprehensive on taking a chance on this ticking time bomb. Some say he has tarnished his reputation, and some even speculate that he'll never be able to recover from it.
That's right. Currently, nobody in the league wants him because he is seen as a liability to the team's image. And with all the partying he has done, he's not performing as well as he has in the past.
Normally, he uses his platform for evil, especially in the past, but his loyal followers say recently he's used it for good by using this platform to promote many causes, such as the Foundation for Youth Football and NFL Play 60. These are just a few of which he's dedicated his livelihood in the past and continues.
I've known Jake for a long time. I knew him since high school when I was his coach. What people see isn't who I know. Everyone in their life makes mistakes, and I think Jake recognizes that. People see everything that the media chooses to report, and they aren't showing who he actually is. I know him as a great kid who always tries to help other people, and in high school everybody loved him. He was a popular kid, great person, great student. Coaching Jake was a pleasure because he was a great kid who always looked to be coached and was always taking on advice. To every coach out there trying to find a good player, he might take a little work, but he deserves a second chance. And how he's reacting to his mistakes in his life defines him as a person. He's a good kid, and he deserves a second chance.
Ever since I've known Jake, he's always tried to be the best person he can be, both on and off the field, and in other aspects of life. I know this young man has made some unfortunate decisions in his past, but from what I have seen from him growing up and how he's developed into a young man, I truly believe that he does deserve another chance. He's a really unique person, and I can say that since I've known him since he was a child, that he's truly one of a kind and truly a better person than people view him as today. In life, everyone makes mistakes. It's what that person does with that adversity that they face that truly makes a person great. And I know that Jake deserves a second chance, especially after all he's accomplished over his lifetime. For anyone out there that thinks this young man doesn't deserve a second chance, you're wrong. So give him one. You'll be glad you did.
Most people don't know about him. His poor representation of himself has outshined the good he has done for the community. He has promoted and shown awareness to these causes multiple times via social media these past couple of months.
Jake Collins' explanation of behavior was posted a week ago.
Good afternoon, I'm Jake Collins. I've made some really bad decisions in the past. I'm sorry for my past actions and want to change. I've stopped using drugs and partying. I just want to get into the league. I want to focus on promoting good charities and getting back to where I was before all of this happened.
Even though he's made steps in the right direction, some say his reputation may be tarnished indefinitely. Let's hear from some of you audience members on this topic.
In my opinion, why does it matter what he does outside of football? If he plays football well, he should be able to play in the league. Teams want players because they're good players. We shouldn't condemn a player just because he's had a few rough patches.
I feel like he shouldn't be picked up by any team. This just shows fans and viewers that the league has no morals and will let anything slide just because he might be a good player. In my opinion, he's all about himself, and you can't think that way when you're on a team sport.
You heard it here first, folks. I'm Mark Rudop.
And I'm Angelica Gorin.
Thanks for watching ESPN The Ocho.